What's going on, everybody? In this video, my brother-in-law Jace and we're going to be testing out the dual sports. Jace just got a KLR 650 Kawasaki, and this is actually his first time taking it off-road, other than the little bit that we did when we went to Strawberry, and I'll link that video right above right here. So he's just getting the feel for his KLR. His bike is much bigger than mine. Mine's a 250. I ride a Honda CRF250L. So you can see in this video, we're just messing around out in Eagle Mountain. He's just getting the feel for the dirt roads and how it handles and all that. So in this video, I'm doing things a little bit different. I'm just going to be kind of narrating this trip that we took to show you guys how cool dual sport motorcycles are and explain the different things that we did throughout the day. So as the video goes through, I will be chiming in to narrate a little bit, and then I'll just let the video play through as well. So you can see right here, I'm getting a lot of speed going through this field. I love my Honda CRF250L because it allows me to be pretty nimble on the trails and still be able to ride on the street very well. I've noticed with Jace's KLR, it's not as capable off-road, but he manages it just fine, and it's what he likes. So I'm glad he found something that fits his style of riding, because he comes from street bikes. So you can see we came out of the mountains right here off the dirt roads, and we're going to be entering onto the main road. That's what I like about the dual sport, is I take it straight from my house. I come over here. This is Eagle Mountain near City Center, and I can just jump right back on the main road from the dirt road and be on my way. Jace and I have big plans this coming summer to go moto camping. We're going to get our dual sports outfitted with tents, sleeping bags, all the camping gear, and we're going to go on some adventures, some overnighters, and see if we can actually take some long distance road trips. So if that interests you, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified of these future trips. Alright, so at this part of the trip, we are entering a highway that the speed limit's 50 miles an hour. Jace's KLR is obviously going to do better doing highway speeds. My Honda CRF250L is not the best. This right here is Pioneer Crossing. It can have a lot of traffic on it. It can be pretty dangerous, but it's really not that bad. You can see I got up to 55 miles an hour there, and that's kind of my cruising speed. My bike can easily go 70 miles an hour, as I demonstrate in the video above. I will link it up there. But this is pretty mild riding for the CRF250L. It does just fine. As we head over here towards State Street, it's pretty easy riding. I love cruising around with this bike. If you have a buddy to go out with, it's really fun. Right now we're heading over to Pleasant Grove, which is a couple cities away from Eagle Mountain where I live.
Got to get Ryan on board.
I know, that would be so much fun. Ryan and Trevor, if they both have Ty on his little Toto.
Ty could even get one.
So right there, I was just telling Jace that all three of his brothers should get bikes as well. I mean, the more the better, right? You see that little phone carrier I have? That thing is awesome. I don't really know the brand of it. I'd have to look it up, but I actually broke it off recently in Moab. But it did great until I hit it into a rock wall. So right here, Jace is telling me that I should get the comm system he has so we can communicate while we're riding. And I actually do get me one, and that'll be in a future video. I kind of go over that and I show it. It works really great. And being able to talk to each other while you're riding is super awesome. So right now we're heading over to Kiwanis Park in Pleasant Grove. There's a dirt road up there we're gonna go check out.
You want me to just go check it out, or you want me to take a right?
Probably.
Okay. I think it's good. It's definitely a bit more technical.
Then I'm not gonna do it yet.
It's kind of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think I'm gonna do it yet. No.
all right.
So Jace decided that he didn't want to go up this type of stuff because he's still getting the feel for his bike, which totally makes sense because it's a brand new bike. He's still figuring it out. He hasn't really taken it off-road much. This is probably only the second time that he has. So we decided to do some street riding. We are on our way over to the Squaw Peak trail, which will go up to Squaw Peak, and there's a beautiful outlook up there. This is a ride I haven't taken my motorcycle on, so it was definitely an eye-opener for me how cautious you have to be going up windy trails, which you'll see when we get up there. So this is Squaw Peak Road. Earlier I said trail, but it's a paved road, and I didn't get any GoPro footage of us getting to this road, but you guys will see on the way back. You have to go up Provo Canyon to get to this road, and then you take a right, and then you take this road all the way up to Squaw Peak. So as I said earlier, the windiness of this trail, you can see Jace handling it very well. He is used to this type of riding. He's done this trail or this road many times with his street bike. For me though, it was different doing it with the CRF250L. It was something I was not used to. It handled it just fine, but I just had to be cautious with the oncoming traffic. As you see here, just people pulling over for you, slower vehicles. There was just a different dynamic to it. Some of the turns you'd get into real tight because they were like a full switchback. So that was new for me, but it was a fun ride, and once we get up here, it is just beautiful. So once you get to the top, you can park your car, your bike, whatever, and just enjoy the scenery. I definitely recommend this ride for anyone with a motorcycle, just to go up, check out the view. It is definitely worth doing. So coming down was just more of the same, just a bunch of switchbacks. But right up here is where it gets interesting. So to get to Squaw Peak Road, you have to go on this highway that goes up Provo Canyon. The speed limits on this highway are up to 55 miles an hour, I believe, but everyone's driving 65 or 70 miles an hour. So it took us a minute to find a time to merge out. You can see Jace on his KLR 650 just take off. His bike thrives in this environment, just highway riding, pavement riding, but definitely can handle itself off-road as well. You can see this truck pass me on the right pulling a boat. I haven't been in this type of speed really before, so it's kind of crazy. His has a windshield on it, Jace's bike, mine doesn't. The wind will push you around, and I actually am trying to pass this truck here. Like, not like I need to, but I'm trying to get in front of it. So I'm giving it gas here and pulling away. And it took me a minute to get comfortable enough to pass it, because that thing was cruising next to me probably like 60 miles an hour. So I finally get over and just cruising this lane up to the light. So the Honda CRF250L will do highway speeds, but it is definitely not a comfortable thing. I don't feel great about it, but if you have small stretches of highway that you need to get to your next destination, it definitely will do it. Alright, so here Jace pulls into the church parking lot and asks me if I want to take his bike for a ride, which I do. So this is the second motorcycle I've ever driven. Well, third. My dad let me drive his Harley around the block a few times a little while ago. I'll link that video above. This is definitely a different experience for me. This bike is much bigger. It's not like dirt bike feeling like my bike is, but the ride was much smoother. I really enjoyed having the windshield. I enjoyed having the extra power, but I definitely like how my motorcycle feels more capable off-road. I don't know, it's just smaller. Like if I were driving this thing on some of the stuff Jason and I have driven on, I give him props because it's definitely a heavier bike and it would be a lot harder to control. And that's a wrap for this video, guys. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload. Let me know in the comments section below what you thought about this type of video. This is the first time I've ever narrated. There are some videos that are just purely GoPro, so I'm trying something new instead of just throwing music to the footage, trying to have a bit more of a conversation. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one.